All right, fair use disclaimer. This your brother Walt Rum. You're back with another lesson, Lord, willing to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Waha, Rakakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, the great millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord. You see on the highways and byways prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua by their faith. As you see, DJT, you see President Trump made $1 billion from crypto. Financial disclosure shows. So DJT is finessing the system, man. He got in office to finesse the system. And let me play this and then we'll get to that.
This morning, President Trump defending the $2.2 billion in income in his first year back in office as he faces fresh questions about his finances. $1.4 billion of that money he made last year came from his family's crypto business, which boomed as his administration loosened regulations. World Liberty Financial getting a major investment from a firm closely tied to the United Arab Emirates. Our Mary Bruce asking,
to critics who say you're profiting off the presidency, Mr.
Well, you know why I'm profiting because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting.
The stock market does not account for the bulk of the president's wealth. He made 3 times more than the year before, even though investors in his family's cryptocurrency lost big. Unlike past presidents, President Trump has not put his business into a blind trust. It's being run by his sons, Don Jr. and Eric. Experts call the president's financial gains while in the White House unprecedented.
We have never seen a president make this kind of money while he's in office. And in dealings that ostensibly could present a conflict of interest based on his responsibilities as president. There are many presidents in the past who have scrupulously avoided any optics of impropriety relating to his job as president.
Democrats outraged.
Trump is enriching himself at the expense of the American people.
It all comes as the president takes his new Air Force One jet for its inaugural flight. The $400 million gift from Qatar, retrofitted by the Pentagon with hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars.
It does very little relative to what it would cost if we did it a different way.
But critics sounding the alarm that the deal would violate the Constitution's ban on gifts from foreign heads of state. White House staffers posting pictures inside the jet, showing off the large rooms. When the president leaves office, the plane will too. A highly unusual arrangement that transfers ownership of the plane to his presidential library.
So back to the president's income, those financial disclosure forms, they are mandatory. It also reveals the president was gifted about $122,000 worth of tickets to sporting events like the Super Bowl, FIFA World Cup, and the U.S. Open.
So yeah, he finessing the system, man, off the American dollar. That goes to show you that, man, you don't have to be, good at business. You just got to know somebody, man. It's just set up the good old boy system, man. And you can't tell me that DJT ain't in there fattening the pockets of his partners. It ain't about what you know; it's about who you know. And it's always been like that, man. Now he is truly finessing the system. He just tried to sue the government, and I think he decided to not. He'd say he's gonna sue them and get the money right back, which that makes no sense, man. You waste the money to do that. But like I'm saying, man, finesse, man. He talking about finesse 2 times. These little Joe Blow Jakes that think they got money and making money and put it on their sleeve. You ain't doing shit, man. And Trump he ain't even the elite. He ain't even up there with the upper echelons of the Edomites. He's a welfare case compared to those Edomites that control the money system, control governments. He just a small fry, man. And look how he's finessing the system, man.
And Trump flying for the first time in his new Air Force One, a $400 million gift from Qatar. Hundreds of millions in U.S. taxpayer money then spent to retrofit the Qatari plane. And tonight here, also the new disclosure. President Trump made $2.2 billion last year. Tonight, why he says he's profiting. Here's Rachel Scott.
Tonight, President Trump taking off for the first time in his brand new Air Force One, an unprecedented $400 million gift from the government of Qatar, retrofitted by the Pentagon with hundreds of millions of American tax dollars.
So this will be the first flight of what I think is maybe the greatest commercial plane ever built.
White House staffers posting pictures inside, spacious rooms, gleaming fixtures. And when President Trump leaves the White House, it all goes with him. A highly unusual arrangement that transfers ownership of the plane to his presidential library. It comes as the president's mandatory financial disclosure forms show that in his first year back in office, President Trump pulled in a stunning $2.2 billion in income, 3 times more than what he made the year before. I'm Mary Bruce asking the president,
What message does this send to average Americans, especially those who may be struggling right now financially?
I don't get involved in my personal. We have funds that run my money.
Unlike past presidents, President Trump has not put his business into a blind trust. It's being run by his sons, Don Jr. and Eric, who accompanied him on today's flight. $1.4 billion of the money he made last year came from his family's crypto business, which boomed as his administration loosened regulations on the industry.
We're going to be the undisputed crypto capital and Bitcoin superpower of the world. Bitcoin's very powerful.
The Trump family's crypto company, World Liberty Financial, getting a major investment from a firm closely tied to the United Arab Emirates. Democrats on the attack.
Obviously, Trump has been engaging in an all-you-can-eat corruption buffet.
President Trump with his reason for why he's profiting.
The critics who say you're profiting off the presidency, Mr.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting.
And David, there are also questions tonight about the president's sons, Eric and Don Jr. They have deep investments in defense contracts and prediction markets. Democrats call it corruption, plain and simple, David.
Rachel Scott live at the White House tonight. Rachel, thanks so much.
So it ain't corruption when Esau does it. It ain't corruption. Jay could go to jail for something simple. But these people can go and make all the money they want to make and not be held accountable for the consequences of making their money, man. It's a conflict of interest. If you can control the financial system and pretty much...
little device like this, as it comes off the outside.
Go back. Salakia.
Oh.
Yeah, they can control the financial system, line their pockets, and dictate who makes money, who doesn't make money, and dictate what country is get benefits and what country doesn't, man. That's why all these nations want to leave the dollar, man. Because as they manipulating the dollar in the financial system, they also are manipulating the world economy, man. The world system of the world financial system. As you see, Russia accused the U.S. of using crypto to wipe out its 35 trillion in debt. You know what I'm saying? 35 trillion in debt. So they're wiping that out, man. Which they're supposed to crash the system, man. And this is what they've been planning to do, and now they're actually doing it. Because this is what he said back in September of 2025. Now they're using that cryptocurrency to wipe out the debt, and it's not being spoke of on CNN or none of these stations. But they're doing it, man. This man is a true gangster, finessing the system, the world system, man. And no one is making them stop until the Lord put the spirit on these other nations to be done with Babylon the Great.
So President Trump has made more than $2.2 billion in his first year back in office. His wealth has more than tripled since he returned to the White House, and that's according to new financial disclosure documents from the Office of Government Ethics. So where is this money coming from? Well, more than half of it, over $1.3 billion, is tied to the Trump family's cryptocurrency business. And the biggest piece of that comes from his meme coin, more than $600 million. But meanwhile, many investors in that meme coin have lost money because it's plunged in value since Trump launched it just days before he took office. So you have a scenario where Trump is profiting from crypto while his administration is also writing the rules for the industry. They have rolled back regulations and promised to make the U.S. the most crypto-friendly country in the world. Now, the rest of this windfall, it comes from ventures like real estate, merchandise. Trump-branded watches alone, for instance, brought in more than $4 million. And just to put the scale of this all into perspective, Trump's financial disclosure report, it's running over 900 pages. President Biden's the year before he left office, that was 11 pages. The White House has said there is no conflict of interest. Trump's assets, they say, are held in a trust, but this is not a blind trust. It's run by his children.
So there you have it, man. Evidence that this man has corrupted the whole entire system. And this Esaw is the face of corruption, man, greed. As you see, U.S. buys confiscated Palestinian land for $1 to build New Jerusalem embassy. Now, man, this is the face of greed, man. Filling their belly. And while you low-level six-pack Edomites seeing that the elite and the lower elite are gaining while you're losing. They're gaining and you're losing to the point that they are ready to fight and send you to fight their wars while they live fat off the hog, man. Now you see active duty officer calls for impeachment in uniform. Now this is man, this is big. It's a big deal right here.
All right, he's being arrested. So now arrest him for being.
I cannot believe what I've just witnessed here today. An active duty commissioned officer with the United States Air Force just made an historic public statement. I don't think this has ever been done in American history. He has called for the impeachment, conviction, and removal of the sitting president, his commander-in-chief. For anybody who's a civilian and don't understand the gravity of this active duty officer in uniform just ended his military career. He is under the jurisdiction of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and under that code, he cannot speak out against the president. That means he is going to be arrested. He is going to be court-martialed, and he will almost definitely be put in prison. Let me show you some of the statements he made from his press conference prior to him taking the Capitol steps and subsequently, as you saw, being arrested by Capitol Police.
My name is Jason Watson. I'm an active duty major in the United States Air Force. However, who I am is immaterial. In the grand scheme of things, I'm just a nobody. What matters far more than who I am is what I have to say and the price I'm willing to pay to say it. I, Jason Paul Watson, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. I first swore this oath over 20 years ago upon entering basic cadet training at the United States Air Force Academy in late June of 2005. When the President of the United States orders military action against foreign countries absent an emergency scenario where American interests are under imminent, dire threat, as was done with Venezuela, Cuba, and Iran, that's an unconstitutional usurpation of Congress's authority and a violation of the War Powers Clause. These violations resulted in the deaths of 13 service members and injuries of hundreds more. For this, the President and Vice President must be impeached, convicted, and removed.
I also had a quick moment to talk to him after his speech. So I'm right here with Major Watson, the guy who just made this heroic stance. Major, a lot of people, a lot of civilians don't understand the gravity of what you just did. Obviously, you understand it. You understand you just threw your military career and everything away. Talk to us about why you did that, where you found the courage to do that, and what this means for you going forward.
I mean, like I said during the speech, this all comes down to my oath. This is what I believe is the best way for me to honor that oath. There's a lot of nuances that'll come out later about my thoughts about active duty service members. This is unique to me, and I'm not calling for others to do something similar with only just a few caveats. But what I've sacrificed essentially is my 17-year career is gone. I should expect that there will be criminal prosecution, and I will probably spend some time in jail.
I'll be the first one. Thank you so much for your courage. Appreciate you. This is the part of the timeline where active duty service members, in this case, a commissioned officer, have had enough. Have you? We should have his back. We should be in the streets and we should have his back. This was a powerful display. Honestly, brought me to tears. We stand with you, Major Watson.
So you see that what he did was major, man. They locked him up. And this has never happened before that, we know in this modern time that an officer would come forth and go against his own government in uniform. So these low-level six-pack Edomites, man, they're against the government, man. They're against their leaders. And this shows you that we are at the end, man, because Esau is truly divided, man. And there's no way that Esau is going to regain his, when I'm speaking of DJT and the government, they're never going to gain their trust again in the so-called American people, man. They're not going to have any trust in the government. And this is pretty much a line in the sand, they would say, because it's already drawn, man. People have their mind made up, their mind set on what they trust, what they believe, who they believe, and what they think. And as the elite, push forth the war, a lot of these low level Edomites are going to die for their leaders, man, for their elite, and they can't stop that because that is biblical prophecy. This is Job 20 and verse 12. It says, "Through wickedness, it's like though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asp within him. He has swallowed down riches," and that's what Esau is done from the beginning of him being in power, taking everybody's riches, man, taking everybody's their wealth from them, man. It might be minerals, it might be, what I'm saying, people. The list goes on and on, man. But this is the Edomites that we're speaking about, man, the so-called white man. It says, "He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Power shall cast them out of his belly." See, though Esau is getting rich and filling his pockets and living high off the hog, they're going to vomit all their riches up, man. Everything they've stolen is going to be given back to the rightful owners, man. And most of it is stolen from the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man, if not all of it. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not going to have mercy on Esau, man. This man is at his end. And that's why we continue. Like I always say, we've been blessed to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding at the end of Esau's world. Because this truth is meant for our salvation, man. Not to boast and brag and to do debates and see who got the most knowledge of the truth. No, man, this is for our salvation, man. This is James 5 and verse 1. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." And see, Esau's miseries is at the door, man. They living high off the hog. Nothing is going bad. Everything is going right in their eyes. No one can stop them from fulfilling their belly. Verse 2, it says, "Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eating. Your gold and silver are cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you." See, you getting all these riches, but it's going to be a witness against you, man. "And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Yea, it's like ye have heaped up treasures together for the last days." And that's what he's done, man. He's heaped up treasures for the last days, man, stealing everybody's gold, resources. The list goes on and on, man. But he thinks he's never going to be touched. And see, when the scriptures tell you when he's about to fill his belly, the Lord shall cast it out of his belly, man. So we know for a fact that the Lord is letting Esau prosper and feel like he's untouchable. So he can, like I said, smack a joystick out of his hand, man. This is Philippians 3, just hit the point in 19. It says, If I can get to it. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly. See? Whose God is their belly. They don't believe in the Most High. There's no, Deacon Esaw in a car, which they're done. They trying to get them into the kingdom as being joint heirs to the Israel with the Israelites to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But their end is destruction, man. Their end is not salvation. Whose power is their belly, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame. Who mind earthly things. See, their mind is on earthly things. They're carnal people, man. They're not meant to have the good of the earth as they already had it, man. I rephrase it. They weren't meant to have the rulership of the earth forever, man. It was just a short rule, man, and we're at the end of that rule, and that's why we know for a fact the Lord is about to take this man down, man. Let me get that in NLT. They are headed for destruction. Their God is their appetite, and that's all. DJT is a prime example of someone that just has appetite is just on riches, getting money, getting this, getting that, being prideful. It says they brag about shameful things. Think what DJT does? He brags about shameful things, man. And they think only about this life here on earth. That's plain, man. The only thing they think about is this life now. They're not. He don't think about he's not thinking about the consequences of what he's doing on the earth, man. It's about filling their belly now, getting money, getting this, getting that, materialistic shit. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh Shem Yahushua has blessed us with this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, man. We're gonna get everything we want in the kingdom, man. Right now, it's time to do the work, man. We're working. We're working constantly, man, to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is Proverbs 15 and verse 27. It says, he that is greedy for gain troubleth his own house. See, he that is greedy for gain troubleth his own house. And see, you see it, he got it in the trust, but his sons are running it. They're just stacking up money for him to get out of office, man. Which I don't believe. I believe he's the last Trump, like the scriptures say. He's not going to leave office before he hit that button. He that is greedy for gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. See, we're working right now. That's what we're doing, man. We ain't worried about this on this side, man. We're worried about the kingdom to come, man. Because we won't have a worry in the world when that day comes. We're going to receive salvation, Lord, when I'm a part of the number, and not have to worry about this world, man. It's going to pass away. Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 10. I'm going to get this in NLT. Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 10. It says, those who love money will never have enough. And you can tell that this man's eyes is always on money, man. That's the first thing DJT tell me, man. We making so much money off the stock market. The stock market is up. Everybody making money. They love money, man. They love gain. Those who love money will never have enough. How meaningless to think that wealth brings true happiness. And that's how Esaw thinks, that you could have this money, you have all these materialistic things, and that brings happiness. That doesn't. We got plenty of examples of all these all these football players, athletes, superstars, celebrities. They're not happy, man. They got everything they want in this world, in this life, and they're not happy. See, those blinders have been taken away from us, and we know what and understand what true happiness is, man. And that's through our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 11, it says, the more you have, the more people come to help you spend it. So what good is wealth? See, if you got somebody leeching on you, they ain't trying to help you. They just come to leech on you, man. Plenty of people done got win the lottery and their family come and they ain't never talked to them and shit. They just leech on them. So what is it good to have wealth in this society when you can't enjoy it, man? People are not going to be happy for you. So what good is wealth except perhaps to watch it slip through your fingers? See, that's how it is in this and on this side, man. And that's why we storing up our riches in heaven, man. People who work hard, let me slow down. It says people who work hard sleep well, whether they eat little or much. But the rich seldom get a good night's sleep. See that? They seldomly get a good night's sleep, man, because they got to continue to find a way to get money, man. Prosper in this society, man. Grow. Get your business. That's why, even though I got a business, I don't care about it like, say, somebody that's trying to just get money, man. And I look at life like, if I can get the kingdom, if I can get salvation, man, I'll be satisfied with that, man. Because this what we see and what we have is gonna pass away, man. There's no way trying to build up a life here when we know it's finna go, man. It's finna go away, man. 12 again, it says, people who work hard sleep well. And that's what we're doing. We start working through the spirit, whether they eat little or much. But the rich seldom get a good night's sleep. That's why you see DJT always falling asleep and shit doing a meeting. It says, there is another serious problem I have seeing under the sun. Hoarding riches harms the saver. See, hoarding riches harms the saver. So you can have so much money and then it be taken from you, man, like you never had it. Because Esaw is going to go down like a rock, man. He's going to, as soon as the Lord snatches it from him, that power from him, he's through. He's going to go down so fast, man. It's like he's never been in power, man. So what's good if you got all this money in the bank and you're not able to do anything with it, man? 14, it says money is put in risky investments that turn sour and everything is lost. See? His riches are going to be turned sour, man. And everything he gained is going to be lost. In the end, there is nothing left to pass on to one's children. See, everything he's gained, he's not going to be able to leave that to his children. And none of these Edomites, because they're going to lose everything, man. They're going to go from riches to poverty overnight, man, in 1 hour. Instantly, man. That's why we continue to, man, like I say, seek the Lord, man. Because we're going to see things that we prayed for and asked the Lord to give us. We're going to receive it. And that's seeing our enemies fall, man. That's seeing our enemies fall, man. This is Proverbs 13 and 10. Only by pride cometh content, but with the well advised is wisdom. See, with the well advised is wisdom. And that's what the Lord has blessed us with. Wisdom. Wealth gotten by gain shall be diminished. See, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. See, everything he's gained is going to be taken away. And you're going to see it, man. What the prophets of the Lord have been prophesying about Esau's fall, you're going to see that he's going to fail, man. Everything he's had, everything he's ruled over is going to be taken away from him. But he that gathereth by labor shall increase. And we're gathering by labor now, man, doing the work of the Lord, man. We're gathering right now, man, by believing and having faith in his word, preaching and teaching to our people to repent. And the Lord is going to make good on our prayers, man. Because we're seeking the Lord daily, man. You got to say the water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for giving us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Because 2/3 of our people are not going to receive salvation on this side. They're going to be damned on this side, man. This is Proverbs 15 and verse 14. It says, the heart of him that have understanding seeketh knowledge. See, the Lord didn't give this wisdom, knowledge, understanding to everybody. Only the ones that seeking him, man. It says, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. See, this feedeth on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of merry heart have continual feast. And see, that's us, man. We have a continual feast, man. It's going to end up in the kingdom of heaven where we're going to have a continual feast from on this side. Lord willing, we're part of the number that's beamed up into those chariots to receive salvation. And then our sorrow is going to be taken away, man. Better is little with the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua than great treasures and trouble therewith. See, now we're receiving the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, so we can seek the Lord more and more, man. Because we don't have a lot here. We're gaining knowledge, man. The Lord is increasing us spiritually and mentally for the times we're coming into, man, and how to maintain in this this wicked society, man. So it ain't meant for us to have a lot here, man. It ain't meant for us to be rich and nigga want to be like Jay-Z or Pete Diddy or somebody got a lot of money and got all the women. It ain't meant for us to have it on this side, man. Got houses and palaces, and we're going to get everything in the kingdom of heaven, man. That's why it says right here in Proverbs 16 again, it says, better is little with the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So it's meant for us to fear the Lord, man. It don't matter if you ain't gonna get in the kingdom of heaven because you got money. You're gonna get in the kingdom. You're gonna see salvation because you feared the Lord, man. You believed in it, and He blessed you with His word, man. So this truth is precious, man. This truth is precious, man. It's not given to all our people, but those that seeking the Lord received it, man. That's why the scriptures was it Romans 11:7. The rest were blinded. Roughly paraphrasing that. This is Proverbs 16 and verse 16. It says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold? See, now it's time to get wisdom because it's more precious than gold here, man. Wisdom is more precious than gold, man. You got all this money, you got all these things, these materialistic things. When the Lord crashes the economy, it's all gonna go away, man. It says, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen than silver. Let me read that again because I butchered it. It says, much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. See, the highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. See, he that preserveth his way, it's like he that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. So our path is already planned out for us if we stick with that path, man. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And that we're seeing that this man is a prideful man, and he's getting built up to fall, man. We're seeing him being built up. The Lord is putting it on his spirit to build him up for a great fall. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoils with the proud, man. So it's better to be in the brotherhood, man. Believe in having faith in this truth, man, than go in the world and be deceived by the cares of this world, the riches of this world, because it's going to come down, man. The 4th of July is Saturday, and you never know, man. It might be a major event, but economy crash, man. Some major happened, and the world changed just like it did 9/11, man. So we hear it. We're at that time, man. Anything can happen, man. It says, he that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, happy is he. See, he that trusteth in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, happy is he. And that's what we're doing, man. We're trusting in the Lord, man, because the Lord said his word was going to stand forever. And to his believers that believe, he's going to be with to the very end. Man, trust in that. Not trusting in this world, man. So I mean, the Lord Williams edifying. Shalom. Shalom.